Oh, I had so much fun at that tournament. I've never played on land before. Oh, it was so much fun. COD kids are wild. That's all I have to say. They literally get cracked out in order to play. Like these kids' eyeballs were fucking like huge. I'm not kidding. Like a whole team of kids that were just on coke. Like there was like a Canadian squad that legit did like meth before the tournament. I'm not kidding.
My GF is fat.
Kids in the COD scene are wild though, with like screaming and shit, because you like play right across from each other on like a big table. So it's like five people with their monitors back to back. People like stand up and point at the person they shit on to be like, "You just got shit on." It's actually great. Some kid like stood up and was like, "Who just turned on me?" and screamed it as loud as he could. I lost my shit. I lost full. It's like I just got turned on. I'm telling you, it gets wild. It ain't no pussy league shit. People are screaming at each other, literally flaming each other mid game. The enemies.
So I watch a lot of like Halo like 3
Yeah.
tournaments. They like where they are at like the MLG, and they're just like trash talking each other like
Yeah, in the middle of the game,
in the
exactly. Yeah, they're
middle of
like
the game.
standing up,
You
looking at each other,
suck!
pointing at each other. Yeah. Yeah, it's great. I love it.
There's so
It's
much
literally like the
screaming.
hockey of video games.
Since I got a level 2 gank off on a Nazir against a Cassidy, and Nazir blew both flashes and he still died. So I know that's possible.
Both flashes. Oh yeah.
Both summers.
um, isn't it like a Twitch Soraka versus Ezreal Veigar? How do they even lose health?
I mean, I could see how. Veigar has to miss his W, has to miss E. Ezreal has to miss everything. The Twitch just auto attacks and Soraka pokes. Ezreal Q just went through. Veigar misses E. Veigar didn't miss his E. That was probably like the worst gank I've ever seen, but because this guy's name isn't ScrubNoob, it actually worked. It was a joke. Yeah, I win this. I don't know what he's doing. You are Cassidy and I am Rengar. Too bad we don't know if that's worded or not because a pink word is in the middle of the lane. He did a lot of damage. Wow, he just got wrecked. Even more so. Wait, what? Knowing how to use electrocute? That's insane. Smurfing. Azir's a monster. I mean, that was probably the easiest 5-man whatever he could have possibly asked for.
I guess if he didn't do it, there's a problem.
Yeah, if he somehow messed that up, he's trolling. Nice. Oh, that's actually a pretty dirty combo. Veigar drops a box, and then Ezreal ult. Rengar versus Udyr. Rengar wins that matchup. I was basically playing it wrong the whole time, but yeah, Rengar wins that matchup. Rengar might actually even beat Rek'Sai, but it's just not. The fact that you can't invade a Rek'Sai is just the main reason why I banned it. I guess the only thing that beats Rengar is tanks. Yeah, I'm gonna hug him so he doesn't think I'm going for him. And then last second, go for that guy. If Udyr gets Red Smite, you lose. Not true. After a certain point, you just one-shot the Udyr. At one point, Udyr just becomes a useless champion.
Stun bot. Literally
Yeah,
just walk
like,
around and
literally
just
runs
auto
around
attack
and
people in a fight.
Stuns
That's it.
people. He's just not good. They have to buff him in order to be good. If they want to keep the idea of like stance dancing, they have to buff his stances. They've got to make him like, oh, Udyr's in this stance, we got to play around this. You know, it's not like that anymore. It's more like, oh, it's Udyr, we win. So Nunu, Rammus, Sejuani. If Rammus doesn't beat you, Nunu might actually be the hardest matchup for Rengar. Just because you get so tanky and yeah, if you have a bad positioning, you basically just die. Sejuani is also really annoying. Poppy. Yeah, Poppy is good against anyone with the lead, but if you get Edge of Night second, you should be dead. Same thing with Rek'Sai. If you go Edge of Night, you should be dead.
Rengar would probably destroy or get normal. That's too squishy, really.
Rengar beats Kha'Zix. Most of the time. Not all the time, though. If Kha'Zix is the one jumping on Rengar, then Rengar auto-loses, basically. But that should never happen because Rengar has his ultimate. I'm doing so much damage, I could give a care. What happened in this game? It's over. Inferno just gave me 60 AD. Just one shot to tank. Do you think taking Electro with the Inspiration Future Market would be good? I mean, you could do that, but I think going Sorcery for the extra 80 is a lot better, because it works better with Electrocute. Gathering Storm is really good. So like imagine this, imagine your game goes into 40 minutes, right? How much AD does 40 AD? Or 40 minutes. How much AD is that from Gathering Storm? At 40 minutes, you get 50 AD. Now amplify that by Rengar's passive. Amplify that by potential Infernal Drakes. Like this 50 AD at 40 minutes is like, this is like 80-80. This is like 70-80. So it's like a whole item in one rune.